Hey guys, in this video, we're going to talk about how to pay less interest on a school loan, credit cards, a car payment, a mortgage, or any type of loan that you have. There's a way for you to pay less interest and get your loan paid off a lot quicker than you think. Hey guys, if you are new here, my name is Susan Velez, and on this channel, we talk about making money, saving money, investing money, and taking care of our health so that we can catch up for retirement, especially if you are late to saving for retirement like me. So I should have known about this a long time ago, guys. It's one of the ways that a lot of people talk about how to pay less interest on your loans, whatever it is that you're paying interest on and you're trying to pay down a balance. One of the ways to pay down less interest is to make biweekly payments or to double up your payments every month. Now, before you actually start saying, I can't afford to make double payments, that's fine, guys. You can actually use this system to make biweekly payments, and I'm going to share with you guys how to do this. So for instance, guys, as you know, we still have a school loan. My goal is to pay that thing off as quickly as we possibly can. I just paid off one of our school loans last year. I actually, at like around October or something like that, finally wiped out one of our school loans. We'd been dragging our feet, not paying it, making just the monthly minimum payments. And I've decided that I'm just going to go ahead and pay it off. And we did. So now we got one more school loan and we owe like $3,700 on it. And we're trying to pay it off as quickly as we can. And one of the things that I saw was that when I was making these school loan payments, I would make one payment a month because that payment is due every month on the 14th. I'd send them the money that I owe them, and then that would be it. What I noticed that was whenever I just made one payment per month and I waited 30 days to make that payment by the due date, I was paying like $12, even $13, maybe sometimes $16 a month. It just varied. But the interest, that the money that was going to the interest was a big chunk, a good chunk of that payment. So just a small payment, a portion of that payment would actually go to the principal. So I started doing some due diligence and I started reading about making biweekly payments or doubling up your payments. So what I'm doing now, and this is what has worked for me, is that we are making a payment when my partner gets paid. We make a payment to that school loan. And then when I get paid, because we get paid on pretty much the same week, her paycheck goes into her account early because she has one of those banks that allow the payments to go in early. Whereas my does not go in early, it gets on Friday. But what I do is I make a payment with her paycheck, and then that week when I get paid, I also make a payment. So we're doubling up on that payment. And then since we get paid bi-weekly, we get two paychecks for most months. And what I'm doing is I'm sending two payments every 2 weeks. So I have noticed that it is actually reducing the amount of interest that we're paying because we're paying the loan more often. So if you can't send double payments like I'm doing, then what you can do, let's just say that you have a loan that you're trying to pay off and your payments are $100 a month, or let's just say $300 a month. If you're making that $300 a month, instead of making the full $300 every month, cut that payment in half and make $150 payment in 15 days, and then make the remainder of the $150 before the due date. You're still paying the $300 that you owe for that loan, but you're just breaking that payment up into payments, biweekly payments. That way there's less time and our balance decreases. That means that because our balance decreases, we pay less interest because the interest accrues or is determined by the balance that you have. I know it's a little confusing, but think of it like this, guys. If you have a loan, let's just say $100 that you have to pay every week, and you have an outstanding balance of, let's just say $3,000. So instead of waiting 30 days to send them a payment, instead, if you break that payment down to $50 one pay period and $50 the next pay period, you're sending two different payments every pay period instead of waiting until you have that $100 or waiting until the due date, but you're still making those two payments by the due date. But your balance actually decreases. That means that you're paying less interest because the interest that you're paying or the principal that you owe on that loan is less than the $50 that you sent earlier, decreases the payment or the balance on that loan. So the interest has a smaller balance that accumulates. It's a little confusing, guys, but if you do a little research online, you're going to notice what I'm talking about. And one of the other things that we've been doing as well, too, to try to decrease not only the interest that we pay, but to pay off our loan faster, is to try to send double payments. Now, if you can't send double payments throughout the month, that's fine. But see if you can at least send bi-weekly payments as opposed to waiting for the whole month to accumulate and then sending the minimum payment. Because if you do that, guys, if you just wait for 30 days and then make that payment like normal, you're going to be paying more interest because that balance remains the same throughout the month. And if you can find ways to send a bi-weekly payment and then pay off on that balance a little bit, it's going to reduce your balance, which therefore in turn reduces your interest that you're paying on that loan. It's a little confusing, guys, but it does make a difference, because if you can see from this chart, guys, you can see that whenever I send a normal payment, my interest on it was about 12, 15, 16 bucks. Well, the last couple of weeks, I've been sending a bi-weekly payment, and you can see that my interest on that balance, because I made the payments a little bit closer than I normally do, but you can see that on one payment, it was like 50 cents on interest, went towards interest. That means the remainder went towards the principal, which is what we want. We want the bigger portion of our payment to go to our balance, not to the interest, because the more money that goes to our interest, that means the harder that we're working, and our money is not working or doing the most for us. So if you can get more of that money going towards your principal as opposed to the interest, then it's going to help you save money in the long run. So I'm not saying this technique is going to help you pay off your loan extremely fast. That's not the point. The point is to try to see if you can pay less interest overall throughout the loan. And the only way to do that is to double up on your payments. Instead of waiting 30 days to send a payment, break your payments down into bi-weekly payments, send a portion of that payment 1 week, and then wait the next pay period and send them another payment. You're still making the payment, your whole payment on time. When the due date is due, you're just breaking that payment up in half. And now, like I said, guys, you have to make sure that the creditor that you've got your loan through does not charge you for any prepayment penalties, is going to allow you to do that. I know it sounds a little weird that they wouldn't allow you to do that, but there are some creditors that will not allow you to make bi-weekly payments. That's what I've read online. So make sure that you find out in advance. You don't want to get charged any penalties for trying to prepay your loan in advance. And also, guys, if this works out for you, and if you've already known this and you've been doing this, let me know in the comments below, guys, because this is what we've been doing. We just started doing it with our school loan. We're trying to pay that school loan as quickly as we can. Not only are we sending bi-weekly payments, but we're also trying to send double payments throughout the month. And if it doesn't work out every month that we can send a double payment, at least we are doing the bi-weekly payments, trying to cut down that interest, that amount that we pay on interest, and seeing if we can get that loan paid off as quickly as possible. One of the things that I have learned, guys, and that you need to understand if you're trying to build wealth, especially if you are late to saving for retirement like me, you don't want to have a bunch of loans out there. You want to make sure that you pay off your loans as quickly as you can. And this is one of the best techniques that I have found that will save you on the interest and cut down the money that you're paying on interest. So anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below if this is what you're doing with your loans, and maybe you've done it before in a loan. And if so, how much money did it save? Did it really knock off a big portion of your time that you paid on that school loan? I see people do it all the time with home loans, car loans, school loans, even credit cards, guys. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Click on that subscribe button so that you can be notified whenever I put out a new video. And be sure and also join me on my journey of reaching a net worth of $500,000 so that we can retire with dignity. And until next time, guys, I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.